According to the World Health Organization, access to safe drinking water is a basic human right. Yet, as of 2011, 73% of water systems in the Indigenous communities of Canada pose a medium or high risk towards human health. Those living on Indigenous reserves also report significantly less confidence about their water source in comparison to non-reserve populations. So, in a country like Canada that signed on the United Nations rights documents, such as the UNDRIP, why is this the case? Such water insecurity can be traced back to environmental racism, lack of governmental support and action, and favoring of corporate polluters. It begins with colonization, where the Indigenous peoples were forced to live in areas of poor land and poor water resources. These water resources are either scarce due to the reserves being located in remote areas or contaminated by nearby industries. Moreover, colonialism and imposed male dominance disrupted the traditionally female role of water protector, which represents hundreds of years of ecological expertise. The role also carries with it the responsibility to honor and show gratitude to water as it provides for Mother Earth through traditional ceremonies and songs. Women and Two-Spirit youth have stepped forward to fearlessly lead Canada through advocacy efforts and raising awareness about developments that impact water resources. So what does water justice really mean, and what happens without it? Water is more than a right for Indigenous peoples. It is a responsibility. Water is both practical and spiritual. Practically, water is a needed part of human hygiene, and it provides for fishing and food. The most common risk of low-quality water is contamination due to microbial pathogens, contributing to Indigenous communities experiencing 26 times more gastrointestinal infections in comparison to the rest of Canada. In times of virus outbreaks, such as the recent COVID-19 pandemic, Indigenous communities are also at higher risk of infection due to water insecurity. In North America specifically, the Navajo nations are without water and have some of the highest rates of infection and death. While washing hands and keeping 6 feet apart is recommended, the overcrowded multi-generational homes without tap water lead to vulnerability to COVID-19. Spiritually, water is a gift from the Creator, a pathway to healing and purification and blessing rituals. It is also medicinal, with precious medicines growing alongside the water banks. Increased exposure risk to waterborne contaminants and disease therefore also contributes to negative emotions, such as anxiety and grief about water, compounding stress impacts on physical health issues. Research has shown that water and gender intersect. As the socio-cultural role of having clean water in the family household usually falls on the women, when they do not fulfill that expectation, they are at greater risk of experiencing physical violence from their partners. In drought countries, such as those in Africa, women and girls are forced to obtain water more regularly and at greater distances away, putting them at higher risk for sexual assault. Moving forward, what do we do? There are 4 actions that we can move on. Get safe, clean drinking water on Indigenous reserves, prioritize safe water projects that remedy the contamination from water sources, ensure water source ownership and water operator training on Indigenous lands that legally belong to Indigenous people stewardship, and directly address linkages between water issues and violence against women. Water insecurity is a serious issue we cannot ignore. By respecting the Wampum Agreement and working together, we can achieve water wellness for all. Water is life. Thank you for watching.